All right, we got the shop all cleaned out for the next project, so we are bringing down a truck that needs a motor. So we got both motors over there. The one with the downpipe is the good motor. So we have to take this turbo off, put that turbo on this one, switch about a bunch of parts, do a bunch of gaskets, this and that. The trans lines from that one are going to come over to this one. I need to go get the pintle. Don't have my guy in today, so what we're going to do is we're gonna pintle the white truck down in. I'll show you guys how we're gonna do it. All right, on these two-wheel drive trucks, you don't have to worry about the axle hitting the ground. The steering's already locked on this one, and the trans, as you guys can see, is held up with a strap. I was wondering where all my straps went. So one is holding up the trans, and one is tying down the steering on this. So this one should be easy. That last one had the wheels, they weren't 100% locked. Like this one, I have it locked by the steering wheel, so that's kind of why it came around. And when this thing swings, it swings like this, not like this. So that whole thing is a hinge point to the bumper coming in. One of the reasons why I like the roll pan a lot more, because it gives you about that much more clearance. See, when you're not in a rush and frustrated, this stuff actually goes pretty smooth. All right, I'm gonna show you what's going on. We're gonna back her straight in and kind of like angle her off, but I'd like to get a picture of it. I think that's about where we're gonna put that one. Put her right here. We still have plenty of room for the engines and all that. All right, see how easy that was? Just kidding, you guys didn't get to see it much. I put 2 lug nuts on each one, pulled the pintle out. So next step is gonna be to start transferring parts over from each motor. I'm gonna be out of here from the 7th to like the 16th or 17th. So I'm not going to be in here for a while, so I'd like to get this project done as much as I can. Here you can see the method we use for the steering wheels. Every tow truck operator and their brother knows how to do that shit. There's where we have it. We're going to have to pull the exhaust out yet, and I made sure to leave everything else in here we're going to need. So you can see the strap, how it like holding that fucker in there. All right, boys, we got you a fun one for today. So if you guys will see behind, well, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that over there, somewhere over there. I guess not. We got a tiny home, and we're gonna be hauling that. So somehow I woke up this morning in Tennessee, and the weather is absolutely shit. I've gotten 8 Amber Alerts so far, which is just annoying. You guys need to stop abducting people. It's not cool. On top of that, yeah, we're down here. Told you guys Bertha was going to be put to work. It has been about a year. It's actually, I think it's been a little over a year since I've made a video on moving trailers, this and that. I cannot turn down good money every now and again. And I got an offer that I cannot refuse. So we are just waiting on the payment to go through. We're taking that bad Larry over there. I'll put the window down. You guys can see it's raining and shit out. So when we get back, we're gonna be working on the 5th wheel setup, which I'll show you guys when we get in there. All right, before my phone dies, here's what we got. 13.5 tall. We're gonna take a set of rails right here, and then on the other side, just enough to clear that so we can run the 5th wheel setup, and then we're gonna weld it to the skid. But here she is, brand new. Check all my lights. Let's clean it up, getting it done now. This will be a fun one. All right, we're all set up. We got about a 40-hour trip. So hopefully all goes well. This thing is about 13.5 tall, depending on how the truck is sitting. I do got a pickup, if you guys see. Fucker decided to fall off the axle. So we're gonna get this up there into Washington, and then I got someone out there I want to meet doing a 12-valve swap on a common rail. I'm gonna go meet him as well, and then try to find something coming back. We should be out like a total of like a week or so. Well, probably about 8 to 10 days, I would say. Already starting off a shit show. I did not seal this box yet, and it rained pretty good last night, and I still haven't fixed the welder port. Oh wow, there's not, everything's good. I just need a zip tie. So I'm gonna cable tie that up. I'm just gonna zip tie it right there. You guys can see it hanging. Huge shout out to Boost for getting me these things out, because these mirrors are gonna be so nice backing this thing up and getting it around. We have one glass piece there, and then when I get back, I have a ton of stuff I have to do to that, on top of probably gonna do mud flaps as well. Big old glass furnished. It has a loft, he said. You guys know the last one that I did. Yeah, I'd like to get those like angle cut mud flaps like the pipeliners got, but throwing this fifth wheel in here, I'm gonna have to bring it far enough back that, you know, it clears the gooseneck hitch, but close enough that, you know, a fifth wheel is offset, because I want to be able to clear all of this stuff, and you guys are telling me it's possible. All right, we're about to pull out, and this road is about to just get obliterated with mud. Put it in tow haul, and I do have a stock tune as well. All right, we're gonna stop for fuel. I'm gonna fill this whole fucker up. Rest in peace, Toby. Must be getting close to an election. Fuel prices are coming down. Lock that. Check everything over. DOT is out today. We're at the pilot. Check all that out. Go over our little bearing test. Trying not to get too dirty. Trying to keep myself nice and clean for the stipulations that I've been given. Hopefully no problems on this trip. Our little thing is still zip tied there. You guys want to see inside the tiny home. There's the shitter. That door doesn't look like it was closed right, but whatever. Not like I can get in it. They do put this on here. So the hope is that it doesn't cost me more than $800 in fuel to do this. All right, 412 miles, or 412 bucks. All right, here's where we're at. We just crossed into Kentucky. Trans temps have been beautiful the whole time, been towing in overdrive. Bertha has a cooling issue somewhere, but it's not a big deal. As long as I'm cruising around, it stays around 220, 225. Just gonna shut it off, all right? So, if you guys want the backstory of this, we got a truck to go check out up in Washington, and I said, hey, you know, why not bring something with? I don't know if that's mine. I swear to God if that's mine. I thought I saw a drip. I think that might be mine. I swear I saw a drip. I'm gonna check that in a minute. But if that is the case, that's the only thing that leaks. The hitch, Big Hitch Products hitch is coming in handy. You guys can see there. I gotta get that taken off eventually, but check our tires. I gotta stop and piss. Make sure everything is still good. Nothing's falling out. Here's the inside. That door has definitely come open, but anything on the inside of this thing is not my responsibility. I'm not allowed in the unit, and you can see they put a strap on it so that the door stays closed. So nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna have to check that. I should have brought some tranny fluid with me, but not a big deal. Fucking rocks. These tires being brand new, they love to kick up everything. So we're gonna get underneath here, check everything out, make sure. That might be, oh, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, that sucks. Oh, also that. Let me just, okay, well. I think the carrier bearing went out, but I don't know how to feel about that. That leak there though, we're definitely gonna need a seal for the transfer case, but if that's the worst that has happened to me, Bertha has just been a reliable animal. Check that angle out. Slightly taller than the semi, it looks like. It shouldn't be. I think it's just... All right, let's get out, check the damage. Bertha does not like... It's been a minute. I don't see a leak anymore. That means there must not be any in it. We'll let Berthonimus cool down for a little bit. I don't know if the fan's working fast enough, but we gotta fill the tank. As you guys know, my ignition switch is broken, so I can just take my key out, which I fucking love that. I mean, it only does it like under, like you'll floor it real quick and then it'll come right back down. But when you're towing like this, it just doesn't, it doesn't come back down. So here's how we got everything set up. That was not supposed to be like that. That is my bad. We just got confirmation back. We are gonna be, when we drop this off, we're going to meet another customer who is getting a 12-valve swap or attempting to do one. So we're going out there to meet him, and then I got another one going down to California, and then we're gonna try to shoot back over. I'm gonna try to get home as quick as possible because I told you guys I hate doing this traveling shit. But for the most part, Bertha's doing all right. When we get back, steering box, I wanna get a red head box, transfer case, drive shaft, basically all that stuff, and then fifth wheel setup. So those are the 3 things we need to do. The next thing, I would love to get one of them automatic handles that just stops. I did overflow this once before. You know, I might want to check that transfer case because, I mean, when it was leaking before and now there's no leak, that's kind of suspicious. I will probably check to make sure that there is nothing, or that there, you know, there is something in there. I also want to drain all the water out of the welder since it did rain, so I'm gonna let this fill up, and then we're probably gonna do a welder check and do a check underneath there. There was surprisingly no water, so let's just see. All right, she fires up. Cool. I didn't have to do any of that, but I'm gonna cover it until I get the chance to get back and fix it, because as you guys can see down there, I mean, it has to be raining hard apparently to get water in there, but I need to get that bolt out. Also, convenience. This is so fucking nice. Oh man, and it looks like I have a little bit more room to that side right there that I could put like something else. That's awesome. And then I could even take one of the multimeters out. So it really frees up some room. There's a lot of room in there for stuff. All right guys, so I have good news. If you guys can see in there, it is full. It just might have been over full. That's probably why it was leaking there. So we're gonna get that. All right, so that's full. Good news here. It's okay. I don't know what caused, I might have hit something, I don't know. Something caused this to launch itself into the drive shaft, but it's not hurting anything. Everything's good, no leaks back there. Exhaust is good. Just a little bit of leak there. The front drive shaft is my biggest concern with this truck. And I was talking and looking at some of Firepunk's advice on this transmission. I think the front diff's full. I'm gonna check it. Actually, I think I checked it the other day and it was full. I know there was a seep there, but it's full. They said throw a valve body in it, and this transmission should be able to hold a lot more power than it is now. So I'm just gonna throw a valve body in this trans. Not this trip, but like we can get a little bit more in. And I'd like to get this drive shaft rebuilt as well. No odd play or anything. Yokes look good. I was gonna take the front drive shaft out because of all the things that I think could go wrong this trip. It's literally just that, is the front drive shaft grenading itself, and I spent way too much money on this transmission to want to lose it. So I am going through. We are going to be getting rockers. I realized how easy these things are. I'm just going to do them myself as a temporary because we're planning on the mega cab long bed. I opened this up the one day and this was like open, so I have stuff shoved behind it, and I put that down and it closes. Cool. So cannot wait to get that fixed, cut that shit off, whatever. Somebody did all that for some reason, I don't know. But welder's been great, been using it here and there. She makes me money, and that's what I like to see. And then this, we will get this closed. All right, I'm hearing noises. Sounds like a turbo. I don't know if the camera picks it up well. I'm gonna stop and check it. Get out, check, see if we see anything obvious. It has been a minute since we've gone anywhere. Well, I guess we'll pull this intake off and see what she looks like underneath. I don't want to keep driving if I'm going to blow her up, because I could always go get a turbo. Or, hey, if it survives till we get home, maybe we do a second gen swap. Alright, good news. The turbo is okay. She's hot, but she's okay. The issue is, I believe this this motherfucker blew out. So I gotta get a new boot. It's definitely that. Yeah, I can feel it kind of bloated on the bottom. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, the good news is we don't need a turbo. But for anyone wondering, Bertha is getting a second gen swap before we go take it to the tuning. I'm thinking about just reusing the factory turbo. I have been chilling with this thing at like 16 to 17, 1800 RPMs this entire trip at like 60 mile an hour in overdrive. For the guys that are telling me don't run it in overdrive, if I run 60 miles an hour in third locked up, it just drinks fuel. So I put it on the stock tune. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. That's starting to sound more like an exhaust manifold gasket now. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think that one right there blew out and potentially that one right there. I don't know what's going on there, but looks like we got just a manifold gaskets. I mean, and the boost. All right, so we're about 3 minutes from the Loves. It's about 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning on the East Coast. We got 7 miles a gallon on the last fill up, so I went and filled the tank up. It was like $355 to fill the whole thing. The Liometer says 8.3. It's been super, super windy, so I have had no choice but to stay in third. Otherwise, I couldn't hold 60. But I was holding 60 in fourth the whole time up until about 144 minutes ago, whatever that is. So I've driven 124 miles. We're not getting anywhere quick, but we're getting there.